All of praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Edabohana to Zelda, and Apostle of Great Miston, who do well and who taught us this 100% truth, a peace, a blessing, and salvation to you, Akiamua, pushing this truth to the four winds of the heaven, a being on the forefront of this spiritual war, to make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise here on earth, without forgetting you, Israel, foreigner who look like the other nation. But your spirit bear witness with the spirit of prophecy that you are the children of the living God, Yahweh. So in today's lesson, I am going to touch on how we are in the time of ancient Egypt all over again. You see, and that being the case, even America now is being referred to as a spiritual Egypt. So expect to see the same pattern which showed themselves during the ancient Egypt when our Lord delivered us out of this Hamite with the outstretched arm, man. And he showed the wonders, a miracle and a plague, man, to the faces of all the peoples, man. During that time, we call it the known world at that time, Middle East. The same thing will happen right now, man. So let me read Exodus 7 and starting at verse 1. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet." So the Lord started, as always, to send his prophet, because the prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are his mouthpiece. So here on earth, really is a prophet are your gods, man. And that word gods goes back to judges, man. You are judges, man. They carry the message of the creator of this universe, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So at that time, Moses was a prophet unto Pharaoh, man. He was sent to go there and prophesy for the things which are about to happen on Pharaoh's kingdom, man. And like now, man, you have the prophet out of there in the street, man, doing the same thing as Moses, man. Because the scripture tells you there is no new things here under the sun. Everything is reincarnated, man. That being said, Pharaoh had his prophet, man, on the left-hand side, the magician, man. And you need to understand the left-hand side and the right-hand side, they walk hand in hand. Everything which happens on the right-hand side, it is counterfeit on the left-hand side. So, that being said, verse 6, "And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord Yahweh commanded them, so did they." Like how the prophet are doing now. The prophet are commanded to go to the highway and byway, man. They are doing as their Lord commanded them, man, to be guards into this other nation. And you too said over there, man. See? Verse 8, "And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went into Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord Yahweh had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servant, and before became a serpent, man." So King Masha and Aaron were sent to Pharaoh, man. At that time, Pharaoh was considered to be the gates of the nob in ancient Egypt. Like how we are commanded to shake, to lift up a banner, shake your hand until this message goes into the gates of the nob. Back then, Aaron and Moses were given permission or access to the gates of the nob. the elite of the nation of Matazayam, or Mizraim, if you will. So they went over there, they represented our Lord Yahweh, and they told the Pharaoh his will, man, the will of our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Verse 11. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magician of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantment. You see, that is counterfeit right there. You see? And they will go and link this to current event so that you can see we are in ancient Egypt all over again. You see? For they cast down every man his lord, and they became serpent, but Aaron's Lord swallowed up their Lord. What does this mean? It simply means the right hand side of our Lord will prevail against the left hand side. At the end of the day, we will get our salvation. That being said, let me give you two case study. In today's lesson, we are going to go to these two case studies, man, on how Esau, Edom magician, are retaliating against the prophecy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The prophet are prophesying that there will be pestilence, man. And the Esau's Edom magician, they came forward and say to people, don't worry, we have the vaccine for this shit, man. That is magic, man. Working in the mind of the people, man, to make them believe and trust in you that these people got the vaccine, man. These people can battle the coronavirus. That is magic right there, man. The Lord is bringing plague, and the Esau is telling you, don't worry, man, don't worry. We have the vaccine, man. The Lord is collapsing the economy. Esau, he tell you we have many tools to fight the recession, man. Quantitative easing 1, quantitative easing 2, quantitative easing 3, quantitative easing 4. Yeah? We can print more money. We have many tools to combat the recession, man. Very confidently. And going against the prophets, man, because the prophets tell you there will be an economic collapse, there will be plagues, man. There will be World War III. As you saw, Trump and his cabinet, they came with a Middle East, the so-called Middle East peace plan, man. What is that, man? They are trying to go against World War III. There's a prophet out of there saying that World War III is coming, and Esau was telling the people, don't worry. We have a way out of World War III. We can form different treaties, man. We can form different restrictions so that we can't use these nuclear missiles, so World War III won't come, man. Don't worry. The same shit which happened in ancient Egypt, man. Guess what? The prophet of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are able to see and examine that through the scriptures, man, and filter it to the niche, and be able to understand that the same thing or the same shit which happened in ancient Egypt, man. The magician are in their lot, man. They came back in their lot, man. You see? To do magic, man, to perform magic, illusion in front of the eyes of people, man. To find leeway from prophets, man, to get away from prophets. So from here, let's go and look a few articles, man, then we'll come back again. So, I am in a website known as www.thebalance.com, explaining quantitative easing, QE. And that's what Esau said, man. He come out and tell you, we have many tools to fight the economic collapse, man. Or in the other word, we call them stimulus, man, to stimulate the economy. So quantitative easing is an expansion of open market operation on the country central bank. In the United States, the Federal Reserve is a central bank. Quantitative easing is used to stimulate an economy. Whenever they see that there is a recession about to happen, they fight it, right? And what is a recession, man? A recession is the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. because our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is fixated to bring American economy down. So you have these people, the officials in Federal Reserve, Central Bank, or whatever places they are, they are telling you, don't worry, man, we have the tools to fight that, man. And going back to Aaron and Moses, slowing that down the Lord, and they turned back to serpent, and the magician did the same thing, trying to cheat the prophets, man. You see, under quantitative easing method, the central bank will buy mortgage-backed security and the treasure from its member bank, which increases liquidity in the flow of money in capital market. The asset purchased are done by the trading desk at the New York Federal Reserve Bank. No fund change hand, but central bank issue a credit to the bank reserve as it is buys the security. Quantitative easing has the same effect as increasing the money supply. So you print more money, right? From here, let's go and see. Let's go and see another thing. Another thing these people are doing. I am here in this, we call it www.nature.com, man. You see, the elite are trying to come with the cure or the vaccine to the coronavirus, man. Which again is trying to cheat the prophets, man. The same shit is happening, man. So this magician, man, are coming to their Lord. Like how you see scoffers, man, prophet, friend of the prophet, women, everybody in their Lord, setting that stage for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to put judgment on everybody, man. That's called righteous judgment on everybody. And everybody is coming to his Lord, man. Magician, prophet, scoffer, everybody, man. Reprobate. You see, this is the heading of this is called Daily Briefing: Coronavirus Vaccine Led for Human Clinical Trial, say U.S. biotech company. That's where they will present it to use a chip, man. You see the microchip, man. That is Esau in his lot, man. Esau's magician in their lot, man. The aim of the microchip is, that's why it is called the enterprises, man, is to try to usurp authority completely. Because the Lord is about to take over this world, man. And the Esau aren't ready for that. So he is using his magic, man. The RFID chip, that is magic, man. You won't be able to buy or sell, man. That is magic right there, man. Trying to cheat, man, to cheat the prophets. To usurp the wills of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai on yes. It says trials for one coronavirus vaccine could start by the end of April, and hydrogen offer cool to the great matter antimaker, mystery and a powerful tool for synthetic biologists. You see? So that is it, man. I want to read the whole thing, but you get my point, man. This is Esau magician in their lot, man. See? So again, we are in what we call biometricupdate.com. It says ID 2020 and the partner launch program to provide digital ID with vaccine, man. The RFID chip, man. What do you think this is, man? This is Esau trying to run away from prophets, trying to usurp authority. And the end game with this is everybody should be microchipped, man. See? So that is the Lord. So that is the Lord can't do anything, man. And the Esau rule forever. See? And the Esau will rule forever. It tells you the ID 2020 Alliance has launched a new digital identity program at its annual summit in New York in collaboration with the government of Bangladesh Vaccine Alliance, Gavi, and a new partner in government, academic, humanitarian relief. The program to leverage immunization as an opportunity to establish digital identity was unveiled by ID 2020 in partnership with the Bangladesh government. Access to information A2I program, the Directorate General of Health Science and Gavi, according to announcement, were implementing a forward-looking approach to digital identity that give individual control over their own personal information while still building of existing system. Man. That's what magic is, man. Magic is aimed to play with your mind. See, that's magic, man. To make you feel assured, man. You see, and Isa, he promise you this is will be you will be able to access your information. Everything will be convenient, man, when they launch this ID 2020. And on top of that, it will be incorporated with the vaccine, man. Again, trying to usurp the prophecy of pestilence. You see? So Esau's magician are in their lot again, man. We are in Egypt all over again, man. And you should be able to understand we are at the end, man. Because we are seeing Esau, he is performing his enterprises, man. His magic. Because on the left hand side, they know that they are at the end, man. He knows that he have but a short time, man. Who is that, man? That is Esau, man. That's why he's performing his enterprises openly, man, in front of all the people, like the magician during Pharaoh's time. So again, we are in what we call a Carnegie endowment for international peace. So you have the prophet over there in the street, they prophesying about Audio 3. And you have Esau coming, and we tell you Audio 3 will start over there in the Middle East, is the valley of Yehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. And you have Esau coming out saying, no. And another thing you should be able to understand, this message is in the gates of the nobles, man. They know, man, the prophet out of there, man. So they are coming with their magic, man. They are telling you, no, and no, man, that is Satan, man. He is whispering in your ears, man. No, there won't be any Audio 3 anytime soon. That's why when we go to preach over there in the street, we face a stumbling block. Why? Because Esau magician have put pitiful, man, pitiful for our people, man. Magic is working in their mind, man. They are dumped down, man. If you tell them Audio 3 is coming, they're telling you maybe 200 years to come. Why? Because Esau is coming with his magic, telling you we have a Middle East peace plan. You see, an ultimate deal, man. You see, we will have peace, man. We won't have wars, man. We'll have peace. So cool down. That is Esau, man. Animated by an extreme pro-Israeli bias and frustration with the Palestinian, the ultimate has now changed the game and fundamentally altered the U.S. approach of the first Syria administration by aligning its view with Israel on the country's final border, having helped to draft my fair share of Arab-Israeli peace plan, many of which were unsuccessful, even half-baked. The long-awaited Trump proposal leaves a universe of things to be desired. In one sense, it represents a terminal case of diplomatic malpractice. See, so they are talking about this peace deal, man. So, but what does the prophecy say, man? Let's go and see. So this is Isaiah 47, starting at verse 1. Come down and sit in the dusty, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, there is no more power, man. He won't be able to perform his enterprises again, man. His magic. O daughter of the Chaldean, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You see, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. It's talking about this elite of the nation of Israel, of nation of freedom, like trying to cheat a prophet, you see, trying to run away from prophets. So let's jump all the way to verse 8. Therefore hear now this though that are given to pleasure, man. That dwelling carelessly. How did we see in America, man? People are very careless. People are even laughing at the Chinese because of the coronavirus. They were making memes about what you see. Why? Because Esau magic is working, man. We are living in real-time prophecy, man. This is live, like how we watch a live news, man. We are watching prophecy unfolding in front of our faces, man. This is live, man. This is being broadcasted live, man. It is Jacob against Esau, man. In real time, man. Like in the time of when Moses went to Pharaoh, man. It was Israel against Egypt, man. In real time. So Egypt had their magician, and we, the nation of Israel, had our prophet. That is Moses and Aaron, man. Like now, Israel had their prophet, man, who carried the message, or the known as the mouthpiece of our Lord. And Esau had his magician, man, the stargazer, master prognosticator. All of this is scientists, different scientists. All of this is diplomatic, trying to come with an ultimate peace plan, man. You see, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow. That is Babylon. Neither shall I know the losses of children. But those two things shall come to be in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorcery. Multitude of their sorcery. Even Egypt pale in comparison when you compare with America, man. Even how America was built, man. Go and watch different documentaries, man. How this the founding forefathers of America, when it started as the 13 colony, how they built New York, how they built Washington. That's why in every major city you got what we call Times Square, man. That goes into Esau sorcery, man, magician. That's why over there in America you have a very heavy vibration, man. And that is the same exact reason that you have many camps in America, man. Because America is a stumbling block for the kingdom to come, man. Until America is gotten out of the way, you won't have the kingdom of the nation of Israel, man. That's why you see a lot of prophets over there in America, man, breaking down strongholds, man. Because that is the center, I'll call them the melting pot, man. That's where sorcery is, man. And for the great abundance of the enchantment, you see. Back then, those magicians, Pharaoh magicians, they did what we call enchantment. They produced this snakes, yes, or serpents. And here, the scripture telling you, for the abundance of the enchantment, man, this was written to Babylon. Man. And what is Babylon? Man? America. For thou has trusted in thy wickedness, thou has said, none sees me. That's why we read in Isaiah 47 that his nakedness shall be uncovered, man. This includes his witchcraft and magic, man. His enterprises, man. Like now when you go to YouTube, you watch this different coronavirus cures, man. This is vaccination. All of the people are waking up, man. That is, they want to microchip them. I was watching a video on the channel known as Shaking My Head Production, man. That dude is exposing telling you the connection between vaccine and their life identity, man. That is Esau being exposed, man. You see, his nakedness shall be seen, man. You see everybody. None sees me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. So, despite Esau being exposed, people are coming against him, he still holds that pride spirit, man. Nobody is better than me. Verse 11 says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and the mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and the desolation shall come upon thee, suddenly which thou shalt not know. Verse 12, the Lord is telling Esau now, man, stand now with the enchantment, like what happened between Moses and those magicians. Man. Moses stood, and those sorcerers stood with the enchantment, man. And with the multitude, the sorcerer wherein thou has labored from the youth. What does that mean? Since America was established, going back to the 13th colony, it was established upon sorcery. If so be thou shall be able to profit, if so be thou mayst prevail, thou art weary in the multitude of thy sorcery. You see, his sorcery is making him weary, man, bringing his doom, bringing his downfall. Let now the astrologer, the stargazer, master of theater, stand up and save thee from this thing that shall come upon thee. That's what is going on, man. Isaiah 47 and 13 is being fulfilled in front of you. You have this diplomat trying to form a peace plan to prevent what you're seeing. These scientists, prognosticator, astrologers, they are trying to come with ways to usurp the plague of locusts. And you have the plague of locusts, man. They are trying to come with ways, man, to spray chemical over those locusts so that they can live. You have people trying to come with a vaccine, man. See? So the Lord is telling Esau, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And this prophecy will increase, man. There won't be any breather for Esau, man. No time to breathe. You see? And verse 14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. They shall not be a coal to warm, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his court, none shall save thee. You see, so nobody will save America, man. You see, nobody will save America, man. So this is the book of Isaiah 33, starting at verse 7. It says, behold, the valiant one shall cry without, the ambassador of peace shall weep bitterly. You see, all of this diplomat trying to come with a brave peace plan, man. You brothers don't know, man. The scripture says the ambassador of peace shall weep bitterly. The highway lie west, the wayfaring man ceases. He has broken the covenant, he has despised the seat, he regarded no man. The earth mourns in language, Lebanon is ashamed, and hewed down, Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan and Kem shake off their fruit. Now will I rise, says the Lord Yahweh, now I will be exalted, now I will lift up myself. Ye shall conceive chaff, ye shall bring forth stubble, your breeds as fire shall devour you. So in verse 10 it tells you, now the Lord will be exalted, like back in Egypt, man. The magician against the prophet, man. At the end of the time, those magicians pale in comparison to the prophet of our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yarashai. So what does this tell you, man? This tell you, man, the prophet will prevail against the wicked, man. The prophet will prevail against the wicked. You see? So this is the book of Nahum 3 and verse 4. Behold, of the multitude of whoredom of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that sells nations through her whoredom, and the families through her witchcraft, man. That's why they tell you Babylon has labored sorcery since her youth, man, since it is foundation. You see, have been selling witchcraft to this nation, but the scripture tell you again, her nakedness will be uncovered, man. It won't be no more. And the elite trying to usurp authority, trying to come with this different solution, and at the end of the day to present the enterprises, which is a microchip, man, the mark of the beast, man, an implantable microchip, man, as charagma, which will be inserted in your left hand, right hand, or your forehead, man, or in anywhere in your body, man. It is still a microchip. That is an ultimate witchcraft in which Esau have prepared. That's why it is called an enterprises. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Let's see. Let me see. This is Job 5. starting at verse 12. He disappointed the device of the crafty. And what is craftiness, man? Magic. See, that's why they call themselves Freemason, man, or stone builder. And what are they building, man? Craftiness. The house of card, man. You think Freemasons are building really houses, man? They are building houses based on lies, man. That's why America is known as the house of cards, man. It will crumble in one day. They are crafty in lie, man. Crafty in wickedness. You see, he disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hand cannot perform their enterprises. The ultimate magic in which Esau have prepared, man, that enterprises, the mark of the beast. He will present to you soon, man. And I am telling you, at that day you will be amazed. You have all these people saying that we want to take the chip, and I will do a lesson with this. We want to take the chip. We want to take the chip. We know what it is, or we can take it and remove it. Guess what? People will be breaking neck to get the microchip. People will be fighting like how we do in Black Friday. We fight over TV. We fight over chicken sandwich. It will be worldwide, man. Everybody will be breaking neck, taking that line to get microchip. That's why it is referred to as an enterprises, man. At that day, you will remain, you will be puzzled. You will be astonished. And you will ask yourself, we have been pushing that the mark of the beast, the microchip, and people know that, man. Everybody know. Everybody woke up, man. Yeah? That's why you see these alternative media, they are doing it now. They are linking, you see, they are putting the puzzle together. They are linking the vaccine with the RFID chip. But who taught that first, man? The elder of GMS, man, and the brothers on down. Now the whole world is waking up, man. But the time when it comes, when this elite will present the chip, people will be breaking neck. Even this who do video, man, they're talking about, I want to take the chip, I better die, man. At that time, people will be breaking neck, trampling over each other to get the chip. That is magic, man. That is Esau, man, on the left hand. That is counterfeit spiritual power, man. Esau have spiritual power if you didn't know. Esau was given spiritual power, man. The power to kill, man. The power of the tongue. Oh. Let me see if I can get that scripture, man. Where is that scripture again? Let me see. I don't think if I can get. I don't think if I can get that scripture. Let me see. So it was in Psalms 140, starting at verse 3. They have sharpened their tongue like a serpent, man. That is magic, man. Esau can kill by using his tongue, man. Case in point, democracy. Democracy kill all over the world, man. Islam, Christianity. That's the power of the tongue, man. Philosophy. People taking to the street to fight over a cause in which it was established by their enemy, man. Like a democracy. People are fighting over democracy. But they don't know democracy is a tool, man. People fighting over land which is not theirs, man. The land we are living right now is not even our land. You have people fighting over South Africa, but they come from Israel. That is Esau, man. That is magic. That's why we tell you, if Esau is going to present the chip in a way that people will break necks, man. You see? So I don't want to make this lesson long. I hope you brothers were edified. Shalom. And I want to give again all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Wakakadash, double honor to our beloved elders of GMS, who taught us as this 100% truth, man, to establish order here on yes, man. On to the next.